What's going on, guys? I'm Iddy. I run this game. It's Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2. Most people kind of forgot about this game, but it's got some interesting things. I'm joined by Yandema.
Hello.
He's gonna be
I am.
commentating.
Yep, I am a runner of the Wii version of this game.
This is ran on PC, so most of the cutscenes are disabled. They're a command line in the files. And yeah, so it's very action based. It's about 30 minutes faster than the Wii version just because of cutscenes. And I'm just gonna go over the basic premise of the game. We have thinner, which is green ink, and it destroys things, and you have paint, and that like makes things. So that's gonna be used throughout the run, and then I'll go over a few tricks that you're gonna be see me doing. There's a thing called pause skipping. So anytime there's dialogue, you're gonna see me mash the living hell out of my pause, and it's gonna skip most of the dialogue. And I guess that's good. What am I supposed to do for the timer? He's deafened. So yeah, this is intended to be a Oh, just give me a countdown. Okay. So on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Not long ago, a rather brave but mischievous
So in these first couple rooms, you're gonna be seeing me doing bunny hops because Mickey's actually doing a slow walk here in Jensen's lab. The first trick coming up is called lamp jump, and that saves about a 1 second because you don't get a ledge grab, and if I don't get it, it wastes about 3. So we're gonna go ahead and go for it just to show it off. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh well.
Yeah, lamp jump can be kind of finicky sometimes.
Suddenly, the cosmos.
This is like the paintbrush room. And I came up with movement to skip all of the rock cycles, and we'll see if I get it. It's super tricky, and I reset here about like 50 times a day. So we're gonna be like, do jump paints. I skipped that cycle. Alright, sweet. That was really good. Another thing to mention, I am going to do the wizard outfit in this run to showcase the route for Wiz percent while also doing any percent. It's only like a 30-second detour in total. And it's mainly just makes my boy Mickey look a little cuter. I'm gonna play it safe for globe jump. This jump can be really finicky with how the slopes are. And yeah. That's basically the Yensid lab. I don't have a timer on the screen, so I don't know how well that was. During the fade out, hopefully it's a 120 or a 228 or a 27. It seemed pretty good. Alright, that's Yensid lab. Oh, controller disconnected. Sweet. Alright.
And going into the next area, we're going to be introduced to basically the main reason this run kind of sucks, which is Oswald.
Yeah, Oswald is a AI. He's in this game basically because this was meant to be a 2-player game. But you kind of have to deal with his AI. It's very badly programmed. Thanks for the good luck, Swift. Thanks all of my friends in the chat. I really appreciate you being here.
By Jove, I bet you two can get out of here by using
B or O on the controller calls Oswald over. And this is an RNG jump on how fast Oswald gets up here. Sometimes he just kills himself, and you lose a bunch of time. Oh, I wasted my double jump, so I took damage there. So here's the first pause skip in the run. That's the first pause skip in the run. In case you didn't play the first game, Hortensia is Oswald's hot honey. She's a thick cat, and she's best girl in the series. You don't get to see a whole lot of her, only in the Oswald tutorial, sadly. This area kind of just introduced you to Oswald's electrical power, and we're basically gonna be a total asshat about this area and just destroy everything because Epic Mickey. Oh, well, that was slow. Thinner destroys things and Ink can befriend or, like, make things. In this first, like, fight, we're introduced to spatters, and it's faster to befriend them, because if you thin them, then you have to deal with an entire wave of them. That was pretty good. It's all random on where they'll run to, so you want them to be clumped up as much as possible.
Yeah, and there will be another time later where spatter placement can really screw you over.
Yeah. This is a Blotworks. You want to get the fast kill. Sometimes it'll just randomly put up its shield. But, yeah. Pause skipping to get into the train station now. Now we're introduced to fireworks. I hate these things. They're really finicky, and sometimes Oswald just doesn't want to electrocute them in certain spots. Particularly the diorama section, he just doesn't want to electrocute them. But it just, like, opens holes into the world, and yeah. That's basically Oswald tutorial. Dark Beauty Castle. Also, something to say, since we turned off the cutscenes in the files, sometimes some of the characters just don't talk. In the ones that the ones that you have to watch, sometimes the characters just don't talk. And then you look at Hortensia for good luck. And yeah, that's Dark Beauty Castle. So Mean Street's gonna be our first detour for the whiz percent stuff. We're gonna need 3 golden cloths to buy the last piece for the wizard outfit. So we're gonna go to the left instead of going straight to the underground, and we're gonna, like, open a hole above the detective shop. So there's our first golden cloth. And now we're gonna be going to open up this. After the dragon fight boxes spawn, and you use those to get up there. Now the underground is sort of an RNG section of the run, because this drop wing can sometimes just destroy the floor, or, like, aggro onto Oswald, but hopefully we just get a fast Oswald, if he comes to me, please. And yeah. And now we're going to be getting this gremlin, which opens up the hot air balloons for the next 2 Mean Street visits, and it'll get us to Mean Street South without having to go to the underground. This is really bad that this Blotworks spawned, but he didn't aggro on it, so it's good. Alright. This is a required cutscene. After this cutscene ends, Where we just flew over with Oswald, we're gonna jump into that thinner because there's a thing in this game called autosave abusing, and sometimes autosaves will put you like super ahead, and this is like a 5-second time save just by committing suicide in this thinner. And it's used a lot in auto. Oh, that Blotworks is kind of a jerk, but whatever. Yep. That's the underground, and now we're just going to be doing some tight jumps. Sometimes you can get ledge grabs here, which is less than ideal. But oh my god, at this video game, so we're just going to go ahead and skip all those. We're going to be a jerk and cause a bunch of scrap to fall down, and we're going to use that to get into the windmill faster. The epics. And now, here's a big pause skip section. We skip all that dialogue, and then we go into the windmill. And now, that's Mean Street.
And a thing to note about this game is that there are like 4 different versions of the games on different consoles, and he's running on PC, but for example, I run on Wii, and pause canceling is actually much slower than it is on PC, because the loading time to get to the menu is about 2 seconds each way. So it doesn't save nearly as much time as it does on PC. There's a lot of weird differences between versions in this game.
So that's our first battery. These things suck. They're... Oh, shoot, I didn't... Oh, I didn't get the fast thing, but whatever. Yo, what's up, Ace? How you doing, buddy? Oztown is kind of dumb. So there's a other battery type that is like a disc and you push it and pull it. There's the rolly ones, and then there's the ones that look like light bulbs. These ones are super annoying to deal with, and sometimes I reset here depending on how finicky this light bulb thing acts. So we're gonna want to push it to the side and then spin it off. Use what our feather sketch to push it over the thinner, and then we're gonna jump on it to push it into the thing. Back up against the wall. Oh, my camera. And then we're gonna push it with the paint to try and get it over the thinner. That's an alright placement. And we're just gonna wanna drag it onto here and then go underground. Sometimes Oswald gets stuck on the bush, and sometimes he just doesn't want to do anything. Like that, so... I used to grind this game on the Wii, no cap, this game was legendary. Dude, no cap. No cap. So that's basically Oztown. The only other thing we're gonna be introduced to in this level is the access ports, which basically just open up doors using his electricity.
I can modify Oswald's remote so he can reprogram these machines. There we go. To begin, Oswald needs only to fire electricity at the access point.
So I'm gonna spin on here to get some paint. If I lose a heart, that's guaranteed a heart, so it's good for it's good for the Rainbow Falls tricks. We have this DEC, and then we go to Rainbow Falls, and then we don't have to deal with DEC ever again. DEC is basically projector levels from the first game, but you have paint and thinner. Here's our first big boy jump. We got it first try. Good. This isn't Sonic 2. Oh no, did they not change game? Oh no. Now we're going into Rainbow Falls. If you want to explain the Wii trick, you can.
Oh yeah, so this there's a trick that was found pretty recently, I think about a week ago, I think. And it's basically only viable in the Wii version because they for some reason added big invisible walls in this kind of opening in the cave that you can skip this kind of invisible ink section that he's about to do, and it would save about 20 to 30 seconds, but sadly you cannot do it on PC. Only Wii.
That was really good Guardian RNG. They all spawned at once. And now, instead of doing this normally, we're gonna be a jerk and blow up some doors, and it saves a bunch of time.
Oh yeah, and we get Guardians here because they are really useful for killing kind of boss blotlings that we're gonna see later in Fort Wasteland.
And then we get 3. Oh wait, sorry. We were getting 3 instead of 2, because the last one is used to stun lock the tentacle boss towards the end of the game.
Too many times, the shell will break apart, but at least it will give you time to catch your breath.
Now here's our second cloth detour for Whiz percent, and this saves a pretty good time because it can be included in with what you normally do here. And yeah, so here's the small Pete cutscene. Basically super unskippable. It sucks. I wish we could skip it, but you can't. Small Pete's second best girl in the game. He doesn't have any dialogue. Small Pete kind of thick though. But he's just lurking underneath there. This is where you this is where if you're a little hungry, you need a little snack, you forgot to get a snack before the run, you go run to your kitchen, grab a granola bar, come on back. That's what I did. And yeah, so to beat the elevator cycle, we're gonna go ahead and push this tube a little bit, and then we're gonna hop on the elevator. Go ahead and open up this side because that's where the cloth's at. Cut this open. Go grab the cloth. Then we're gonna jump down, spin, get the clock. This slows down the vent, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump. And for the vent, you do not want to spin because for some reason it doesn't refresh your spin when you get in here. So you have to like waste another 5 seconds. And then since we push this a little more, you don't have to push it as much. Push it into the tube. That unlocks Devil Caverns. And then that's where that's the fastest caverns that you can do in this game. There's Devil and Angel Caverns for how nice you do this section. If you do this section nice, you unlock Angel Caverns, and if you do the section like a jerk, you unlock Devil Caverns. And here's the worst DEC in the game. There's a thing called the marimba. It's a musical instrument, and it just will throw your battery, and you waste a lot of time if you don't do it correctly. I've decided to just like wait for marathon safety. I've just been practicing this. You want to start pushing once the even amount of marimbas start going. So there's the odds, there's the evens, and then you push it, and then boom. You don't have to deal with it. It's just consistent.
And a common theme you'll see with a lot of locations in this game is that there are 2 ways to leave the area. One being kind of a more destructive path through the area, one being a more helpful path. And a lot of this speedrun is kind of figuring out which path is the shortest to leave.
So since I didn't get hit in Rainbow Falls, I don't have to refresh my save because there's damage boosting, and if I don't get it, then it wastes a lot of time. So we're skipping all of this maze by going to the right. And then we're gonna try and damage boost up to this ledge by passing this rock. Oh, we did it. That's actually really hard to practice, and it's really hard to do. But it's a really cool trick, and it saves a lot of time. And then that's all the DEC. We got one. I think we got one more DEC, and then we're done. But this DEC, if you take a lot of damage, it can be really, 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 really bad. If you took a lot of damage in Rainbow Caverns, like you missed a jump, and you got hit in the thinner, this is really bad, and it's really risky to go for this fast strat. So here's the thing called spin canceling. If you spin right as the boots drop on you, you don't take damage and you don't get stunned. And that's also how you skip the Rainbow Falls, by spin canceling through the thinner. And Disney Gulch is our last detour in the run. Well, actually, I lie. It's a detour to get the body of the wizard. And then we still have to go get another cloth, but that's like a couple seconds.
It looks like that spatter is keeping the battery sphere in place. We should retrieve the
There we go.
but he's too far away for your brush. However,
And
not too
now we have to thin these cacti
should be able to attract one
to allow us to open up the battery area.
in a faint state. But the guardians
And I'm low on thinner, so this is slow.
thinning those tomb cacti should release the guardians.
But hopefully Oswald doesn't run in front of this. This happened before. Oswald just sprinted right in front of my battery and it threw it out of my hand.
Being in tune will do it as well. We could leave.
Now I'm pause skipping to get to the train engine faster.
Are you ready to leave?
That's the first part of Disney Gulch.
Bridge is working again.
And then the second part of Disney Gulch
Technology. If
is pretty simple.
we could
But sometimes there's a little car enemy that's super annoying and it shoots torpedoes, and sometimes it can hit you and lose a lot of time. He's off in the middle. Hopefully he doesn't shoot a torpedo at us, but if he does, it'll be funny for Marathon. So we're gonna use this cone to jump up. And then we're gonna jump to the bottom right corner so that Oswald spawns. If you don't do that, Oswald will just fall off. He shot a torpedo at me, and he's in my way. So I'm gonna try and avoid him.
appears to be another entrance to the Mad Doctor's lab.
And, I'm gonna spin on this projector.
Wish to enter the projector.
So, because this is, like, one of the easiest gold tickets, and I just get it for safety, since I got really bad ticket RNG. If you get good ticket RNG, then you, oh, I went the wrong way. If you get good ticket RNG, you don't even have to get this gold ticket. This is all cycle based, and I know the cycles for if you need to get the ticket and if you don't need to get the ticket. So as long as you just jump at the right spot, you basically can't mess this up unless you're like me and you're just bad, which happens a lot. So I'm gonna barely get this cycle, jump up here, hit this paddle, and then look at this golden ticket. It's so free. So I have 259, and you need at least like 325, I think. You need 250 for the TV and Bog Easy, and then you need a couple, like, 25s to use the balloons. The hot air balloons to get to the Mean Street South. Or, Mean Street North and South. And, here we have the dragon fight. And you can skip, 2 phases in this dragon fight by using Oswald to get a ledge grab and then going up to the boss room. This can be kind of finicky sometimes, but I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Sweet. So we skipped 2 phases of this boss, and now all we have to do is just thin these pillars. These boulders can sometimes just knock you into the... Yeah, like that. Just knock you in, and you waste a lot of time. There's the first pillar.
Area is unstable.
And then it teleports you to the second pillar because of a cutscene, but it's like skipped, so it just teleports you here. I'm gonna go ahead and go halfway. Hopefully these spatters can stop being annoying. This is pretty slow because of these spatters. But I'm gonna start making my way over. And then I have full thinner, so this should be a pretty free pillar, unless boulders hit me, or spatters hit me. Oh my gosh. I'm getting really unlucky with these boulders. Alright, that's the fight. It was a pretty bad fight. It was pretty rough. Did he use this world record pace? I don't know. I don't have my splits open. I forgot to open them.
Your animatronic parts.
So basically this game is kind of set up so there are 3 main episodes, each one having a boss at the end. So we just wrapped up episode 1, and funnily enough, I think all the boss fights have pretty big RNG in them.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But we're
Especially
gonna
the
get to
second
the
one.
edge of this to jump on the boxes and then get the golden cloth. You don't get this in the normal any percent route, but since we're doing Wiz percent and any percent, you just gotta take a detour just for fun. We're in the hat shop right now. You just pause skip these. 3 down, space, E. And then move over to the wardrobe. Shit, I messed up. Now we have the wizard outfit. This gives you a lot of paint gauges and an extra thinner gauge. And now, if my mans would let me.
Shall we be off?
That's what we got the gremlin for, so we could just not use the underground, just get teleported over here. You know what time I got that? I got the wizard.
It was like 24
Shall we
minutes.
head into Bog Easy?
I think world record's like 23:50 or something.
It's not bad.
I also had to get that 1 minute long gremlin cutscene. So here's Skeleton Dance. It is the first projector in the run. Skeleton Dance 1 isn't too difficult, and it's all cycle based, but you can skip some of the cycles. Like I spun onto a platform, which you normally can't do. You'd have to wait for it to go down and then back up again. But you can sometimes you can just spin and get a little extra boost onto the platform, and that's what I did. Skeleton Dance 2 is what really kills. Bog Easy 2, or not Bog Easy 2, Bog Easy in general kills runs. It is probably one of the worst places in the game, along with the dioramas. The thing that makes Bog Easy so bad, it's pretty easy up until you get to the boat. The boat is RNG if Oswald follows you. He sometimes won't follow you off the boat, and you waste a lot of time. That was a pretty bad menu.
Distract your enemies with the wonders of
But yeah, so
remember how to use those.
we don't like Bog Easy in the run because of just the RNG on if Oswald follows you or not. And Oswald's thrusting that cow. That happens sometimes. He's not shy about it. He's into cows.
Look at all of them. Let's deal with that Beetleworks replicator quickly. Watch out.
So we're gonna do a little like tight little jump here to skip having to go around. Just there we go. And then
It's the old boathouse.
I can damage boost over here, but I'm just gonna try and go for the little plank. Alright, Oswald didn't clip. Sometimes he'll clip in this far right wall. Like this far right wall, he'll just like clip in there and lose a lot of time. You have to restart. This is the boat that I'm talking about. This boat kills runs. Oswald will just sometimes not follow you off of it. And yeah. Hopefully pray. While we're on this boat, I'll just mention that the PC port was not meant to come out. So there's a lot of okay, he followed me. So there's a lot of bugs and crashes. There's 2 main crashes that kill my runs. Crashes are all hardware dependent, and since I have a good PC, I have to bottleneck my computer in order to run this game. And along with that, I have to deal with crashes. There's a crash in Float Yard, and there's a crash on the final boss. If you crash on the final boss, you have to do the tentacle boss fight and the final boss fight over again. And I skipped that cycle by spinning over the head. You're not supposed to do that, but I did it because I'm cool. But so pray that doesn't happen in the marathon. I'm praying that I don't crash, but if it does, it'll just show how dumb this game is. So we're coming up on Blot Alley. We need to figure out a way to like skip this part. It is all one load zone. So if we can find an out of bounds, and get to the projector, we skip all of Blood Alley. But it's not really an interesting world at all.
You see, after the
It's kind of boring, to be honest. It's just like running,
decides to chime your
running and jumping at the same spot. But here we're gonna make a detour to get this gremlin. He is a mechanic, and he will help you skip this final fight in Blood Alley by banging on it with his wrench. We'll see it when we get there. You don't have to do the final fight in Blood Alley just because you saved that gremlin. So this game is like a Telltale game when it comes to like your actions have consequences. So being a nice guy in front and freeing that gremlin makes the game faster, and it's nice. Alright, he's not being nice. He needs... What are you doing, Oswald? This is why this game's bad. And now we just push this key over, and yeah. That's the first real big example of Oswald not doing what he's supposed to do in this run. He hasn't really done too much bad.
Spatters noticed us. Quickly, before he rings the panic bell. One of them has reached the bell. We must see those Spladoosh's, Mickey.
These are the first time we've seen Spladoosh's. If you wake them up, they'll explode and take like 3 of your hearts. So normally you don't really want to like wake them up. Or jump on this dumpster. Hope that this spatter opens this window, but he didn't. So
Come on, fellas. We should be more careful. We can take him.
Yeah, the game intends for Blood Alley to be kind of like a stealth mission, kind of thing, but you can just rush past it.
yeah, you're supposed to like not wake up or not alert any of the spatters because they like activate some of these like broom dudes who throw buckets of thinner at you. But you know, sometimes you just... So we just pause skip through all that dialogue. But you just don't have to deal with those guys. And now you're supposed to fend these guys off until Pete opens the door. But since we saved the gremlin, you're gonna see this gremlin just smash the control panel with a wrench and fix it.
Look at that. They're heading right for us. I don't think they want you to leave, Mickey.
He has a really funny dialogue. I'll let you guys hear it.
Here I come to the rescue.
He like rolls his R to the rescue, and then he just bangs the control panel and he opens the door. So
Electronics safe back there. We gotta find Prescott. Come on. The way is open to the train tunnels. Shall we?
alright, so here's our next projector, Musicland. Musicland 1 kind of sucks. Musicland 2 is really easy, but Musicland 1 has a few things that can suck about it. Like you're basically getting nuked by music notes, and sometimes one of them could just hit you and lose a lot of time. Or sometimes this conductor guy will just stab you and waste a lot of time. Dioramas kills runs. This is one of the worst. This is the worst. Sorry, not one of the worst. This is the worst level in the game when it comes to just full mechanics. There is a boss fight in the diorama room too that can be really hit or miss, and it's all RNG if it's good. It's like a mini boss fight. So here we're gonna want to paint these arms, and then we're gonna want to thin the top of the clock tower. And now we pause skip to open the doors faster.
Yeah, the dioramas are basically like recreations of 3 of the boss fights from Game 1. The Clock Tower, the Mad Doctor, and the Phantom Plot.
There are markings on a wall in the back.
And like all of the other rooms in this game, there are multiple ways to get out of them.
Basically, diorama 2 and 3 are the worst. Diorama 1's pretty free. Diorama 2 and 3 are the ones that kill runs. We have to wait for this cycle before we can do anything. We got a green ticket from that piece of rubble. That's pretty dope. So we just wait for this cycle. Jump up here. Paint these 3. Paint this. Sometimes you get an insta-kill on this boss, and it just like saves a butt ton of time. But I haven't gotten it in like 2 months, so I think it's a pipe dream if you get it. I used to get it like once every couple days, but now I just don't get it. My mans will just explode. It's kind of crazy. So what we're gonna want to do for this guy is we're gonna want to spin on this guy's masks, and then place down a TV. If he'll aggro on me, then we got it. That was a good kill. We didn't, sometimes a spider will spawn, like this spider will spawn, and it'll ruin runs. Because it'll just stun you, and sometimes it'll fall into thinner, and then you have to do it all over again. Because in this game, you can't really die a lot, because Oswald will resurrect you if you die. But if you're on 1 heart and you fall into thinner, you cannot be resurrected. So, and there's like a thinner pool there. And then here's Diorama 3, which is the giant blot. We're gonna want to jump down here, and we're just gonna be a jerk, and he's gonna say, "Oh, that's not very nice." And then he beefs up security, but it doesn't really do anything. And then there's this like spiral cord thing. I don't even know what this is. I just push it down because it's fast. My boyfriend never kisses me. I'm sorry, Retroid. So the intended way to do this is to use these towers and aim fireworks at it. But there is actually a thing of fireworks. Oh, what is my camera doing? In this compartment that you can just push close to it. So, boop, here it is. Bring these fireworks. We're gonna put it all the way close to it, and then you don't have to do the puzzle. So this is what I'm saying about RNG. It's all RNG if Oswald comes over here, but he did, so we're nice. We're gonna pause skip these. This is one of the Oswald's being dumb. Oswald. Oh, I'm getting very bad luck. And then we're just gonna want to fly over here. Maybe? Okay, there we go. So that's dioramas. I guess you could see why everyone hates it so much. Here's Music Land 2. This is the free diorama I was talking about. It's just hold right and jump at the right spots. And then I'm gonna ring the bell for good luck. There we go. I rang the bell for good luck. Said he only kissed me if he PBs in Epic Mickey 2. Can you guess who he is? Yandema. Just kidding. Alright, so here's Fort Wasteland. This is where the first use of Guardians is gonna come in for this Slobber boss fight. And there's also a pretty tricky jump that you have to do, and that can kill runs too. I think I've gotten it pretty consistent. Knock on wood. I haven't missed it in a few runs. Knock on wood. But instead of going around like you're supposed to do, we're gonna use this terrain to just get up there. Hopefully not get hit by this big boy. And now hope Oswald. Okay, he is. And we're gonna wait for the 3 lights on the top to turn green, and then we're gonna bolt it. Okay, never mind. Sometimes it gets bugged, and you have to like, just can't do that. But okay. That's waste a bunch of time. And we're gonna hope that Oswald doesn't jump in front of me on one of these jumps and kills this, but Oswald can spawn on this branch and knock you off. So that's the tricky jump. Oswald, we don't care about that gremlin. He's not fast.
And coming up here is the part that I mentioned earlier that was going to be really dependent on spatter placement.
Yeah, so this spatter is there's gonna be a spatter that spawns up on that hill, and if it doesn't come down, then I have to do a big detour. So there's 2 of them down. You want to befriend them all, because if you don't, Ian's gonna get pissed off, and you don't want Ian to get pissed off, because then you have to. Oh, this is good. That was a good pre-fight. That was so good. That was like one of my best. And we're gonna use 2 guardians on this big guy, so you don't have to do this annoying boss fight.
The thing about spatters is that if you friend a group of them and then there are some other ones that haven't been befriended yet, they will attack the ones that haven't been befriended, and each time they do that, they get thinned a little, so you have to put extra paint on them to counteract that.
I did that too early. So yeah, that's Fort Wasteland. Our first big crash is coming up. If I can get some bless emotes in the chat, that'd be very appreciated. Because this feels like it's on good pace. Like, I feel like I'm doing pretty solid.
Yeah, the run hasn't been too bad so far.
World record is a 1 minute, or not 1 minute, a 1 hour and 4 minute run. It's currently tied between 2 people. Me and another runner named Noah, or Valvin. So it's currently tied, so if we can break that tie on a marathon, that'd be pretty cool. Floatyard's got a really cool trick utilizing the TV. And it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I know how to do this.
Then we take this jump. And then we jump up here. Spin to get up. Through. We have to wait for Oswald to spawn before. And we got that. Alright, this is pretty solid.
I can't hold these open forever, Mickey.
And up at this wheel on my computer, it's random. So the door will close and it's hard to explain. The door's gonna close, and when you get done with this this wheel, it's supposed to open, but sometimes it just doesn't open and it crashes your game. So let's see. We got it. Sweet. Didn't crash. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and feather sketch this guy so he doesn't bug us and make aggro, Oswald aggro. Put this TV down. Jump up here. Paint these cards. And then we're gonna bolt to this corner, holding circle, so Oswald can get aggroed on us. And then we're gonna wanna move over here. Okay. That was scary. And then I'm gonna do the safety jump. I can do the big boy jump in a real run, but I'm gonna do the safety. We're gonna thin this. Hope Oswald gets this panel. You thin this to get the indelible ink. And you hope Oswald... Yeah, you're trying to get Oswald to come over here so he can detonate these fireworks. He can. And that's Floatyard. That was pretty solid. Yeah, that was pretty solid. Oh, shoot. So Old Mill is one of the projectors that takes, like, some good skill. Like, it takes some skill to get this right. It's another, like, all the projectors also, like, are basically cycle-based. But you can mostly skip most of the cycles. And coming up is the Chapter 2 boss, and it's Prescott's Arena. This is probably the worst boss in the game, because the goal of the boss is to thin... Sorry, that's a tricky jump. You're supposed to thin the armor off of the boss, and then deflect a cannonball onto it. And then you have to do that 3 times. But sometimes it'll aggro onto Oswald, the cannonballs, and it wastes a lot of time.
And in between each cannonball shot, he does another kind of long cutscene where he like tries to like suck you in to the spikes. So each time you miss the cannonball, it wastes a lot of time.
I'm also using mouse and keyboard, so I can be more accurate with my paint or with my thinner, because there's weird thinner. All right, so let's pray for good RNG. And sometimes the cannons. Oh, that was weird. All right, so it's random if he shoots 1, 2, or 3 cannons at you.
Come closer. I just want to say hello. There's no escape.
And so yeah, like you have to wait this like sucking animation before you can do anything. He also sometimes sends out toxic like ball things, and that wastes a lot of time if you get one of those. It's all RNG. Oh, he aggroed on. Yeah, he aggroed on Oswald, so now I waste a lot of time. And sometimes sometimes the cannonballs will just like go to Narnia. All right.
He didn't need that either. He'll still smash you flat.
I missed my feather. And you use these sketches to break out of the stun lock. Or break out of the suck animation thing. So that you can get extra hits off.
Come closer. I just want to say hello.
Quick, knock back the cannon.
Oh, shit. Is that good? Oh, no shit. That sucks. Well, here's the last cannonball. I went too early. Oswald blocked it. That's unfortunate.
There's no escape.
I didn't know if that was aggroed on Oswald or me, and I didn't want to, like, risk it. Yep, it just went to Narnia. That's unfortunate.
Come closer. I just want to say hello.
This is such a bad fight.
Come closer.
Like I said, this is all RNG. You can't control any of this. He's aggroing on Oswald real hard. Alright. That's the fight. Yeah, that was really bad.
Prescott.
Just got really unlucky. I played pretty well, but I just got unlucky.
Yeah, that fight is definitely a run killer. I think even wasting about 30 seconds to optimal is really good RNG.
Yeah. If you miss one cannonball, it's not too bad. But if he just keeps aggroing on Oswald, then it's pretty trash. He aggroed on Oswald 3 times before he aggroed on me, so. So coming up is the automotive projector. It's like a Mickey Mouse retro. It's themed. It's Mickey Service Station. Mickey Service Station is also another cycle-based one. I can try and go for a cool damage boost on the second one, but there's not too much else in this, just running right.
And then we're going to be going to Ventureland, and we're going to be doing a pretty big skip here, called Ventureland Skip. It's actually intentional. They put a kind of a challenge award in the game if you do it, and yeah, it just skips a huge chunk of this first area.
And hold on. Mickey Oswald! Annoying Daisy Duck. Red, just freaking animatronic Daisy Duck with her 200 decibel screams. Say hi to all these pirate pals. You're not going to see them for the rest of the run. It's kind of sad. But they suck in Epic Mickey 1 anyways, so. So this jump's pretty tricky. Just spinning at the right time. I got it first try, because, you know, kind of a big deal. Here's the treehouse section with Oswald. This sucks. You just basically just gotta glide. Gotta glide with Oswald. Toss him up. Oh shoot, I'm too low. Oh, I'm good. Never mind. I thought I was gonna have to restart my save. And now here's Pete Pan skip. You can like distract him, which is like intentional. You can distract him with certain things, and we're just gonna throw a TV in the left side, and we're gonna skip past him. Here's a ferocious pause cancel.
I'm sure we can find a way to sneak past Pete, or find some other way.
Toss it in the corner. Sneak past him. Don't have to pay him 500 tickets. He's a scammer. Basically like Syndicate and Team Martin, dude. No kappa. And then do this. Paint these. Gonna have to jump at the right time, so you can have an optimal time. Oswald control in this section, but I'm gonna try and cut him off. Okay, it worked. Sweet. He can just go back and forth and waste about 45 seconds. This killed the run before. Just that one jump. You can't stop him. He just keeps going. And yeah.
This projector isn't part of the main network. I wonder where it goes. Shall we see?
Here's Mickey Service Station 2. I'm gonna try and go for a damage boost. There you go. There's a cool damage boost. I didn't get it, like, right. You're supposed to spin so you don't get the stun, and it just, like, brings you forward a little bit. But I spun too early, so it wasn't too optimal. It was just for fun. Just for funsies. These things one-shot you, but since we're on cycle, you don't have to worry about these things one-shotting you. And jump in the projector.
So next is Autotopia, which is probably the biggest section in the game. Basically, the goal of Autotopia is to go around to the three machines called Guardian Siphons and to have Oswald reprogram all of the terminals on each machine.
And Oswald is RNG on this section on how fast he goes to the terminals. So pray. He went fast on this one. That's good. I won't have to worry about jumping this second one. You could just basically not have to worry about this. And here's autosave abusing in Autotopia. You're gonna see this on every single one of the terminals. Or, yeah. I got a fast continue too, so. You refresh your hearts and all your paint, and you get put ahead, so it's like a win-win-win-win. We're gonna feather this guy so he doesn't torpedo us. And then hug the right wall so you don't get stunned by this. Let Oswald, you know, jump in front of you. Spin, and then autosave. That's 2 fast continues. That's really good.
And menuing like that is another one of the things that wouldn't be faster on the Wii version due to the load times.
This is the biggest terminal that like, or pump that like kills, because Oswald will do this and just not aggro one of the terminals. So you might be here for a while depending on how lucky you were. If someone can like ROM hack this game and make it to where we get Oswald's remote, that'd be like best speedrun in the world, to be honest. Let Mickey glide using his hat or something, or his maybe his underwear, you know? Boom, that's it.
Another one down. Well, what next?
I didn't get a fast continue, so I had to go down on the D-pad and then back up again to get the continue selected. So for this, you can just hug the left wall. It's as fast. It's fast. Oh, that's cool. So do this, damage. Oh, okay, double damage boost. Okay, I didn't want to do that, but my camera messed up.
Nicely done.
Oh, 3 fast continues in Autotopia is really good. So you're gonna feather this guy so he doesn't bug you again, and then we're just gonna run through here. Oh shoot. And you're supposed to paint this bridge up here, but since we're speedrunners, we just jump because we're cool. Jump this one. Bop. And then here's our last guardian pump. Oswald spawned right on it. That's really good. That's the best possible. And you're just gonna use these tires. Oh, I got an extra guardian. Or wait, no, never mind. I have 2 guardians now. That's cool. I don't think I'm gonna use them because I don't want to mess up any strats. I don't know if like using 2 on the tentacle is gonna mess anything up, but feather this guy. Hopefully Oswald does the thing where he shocks him. Yeah, there we go. Now he goes flying, and you're gonna see him get pushed by the boulders. It's really funny.
They've stopped. Well, guess that's the last of them. Let's get back to the control tower. Wait.
Oh wait, no, he was too far to the left. Shoot. So now we just skip having to do the jumping. Dude, hopefully these thinner guardians don't like mess up any like the tentacle strat, because I've never had 2 thinner guardians there.
Working together should allow us to figure it out.
Unskippable cutscene.
Time to get those guardians.
If you want to explain World of Evil and Attic, you can during this.
Yeah, so World of Evil and the Attic are basically 2 like big lore points for this game. Just basically confirming that the Mad Doctor is evil. And then we're gonna go straight into the final boss. The World of Evil is basically just
Guardians are free.
a really
they're
long
restoring
projector. It's not
everything.
too long, but
And
it's
there's a
longer
nice
than
song.
most other ones.
Hey,
Yeah.
look up there. It's a projector inside the tower.
I want to see all your sour pleases in the chat whenever that song starts. Beep beep. So we're just gonna spin up here so we don't have to get on the mountain. And then try and get to this corner. You don't have to go all the way around, you can just do this. And then that's Autotopia. And now we're doing best projector in the game. So basically hold right. Like in any of these projectors, when you learn this game, you want to hold... Oh, that's never happened before. That's bad. You want to just hold right, because that's how you learn to deal with the cycles. And now I'm off cycle because I got hit for some reason. So I'm just basically improving. Get your sour pleases out, boys. Plotworks. Plotworks. Port Beetle works. I just realized this probably can't be a world record pace because of my detours. Unless the really good pre-fight in Fort Wasteland canceled it out. I was falling apart. We don't get to hear the whole song. Sorry, guys.
Go to the Mad Doctor's old attic. Shall we head there?
Attic, you just go around and you do 3 panels.
Let's take care of those.
And you just got a free jam, my boy, Jam Face. He's the purple gremlin. So, gonna do the spin, do one of these.
I wonder what they were being used for.
Do this. Don't know how I stunned that guy. Oswald's gonna get that first panel. Just continue over here. He's gonna finish it up and then follow you. Get that panel. You wanna go ahead and do this? Where's he at? Get the panel. And then you want to make your way over here. This is like kind of a tricky panel, especially casually. Like I had no idea what to do here. You get this gear, and then you get that, and then go to this corner. There's like a little corner over here, just to give Oswald enough room. And then that's basically the attic. Hi, Hefty. Hi. My cat's in here. Sorry. Yeah. Now my boy Jamface is free. Go do his thing. And then we're gonna go pause skip on him, and then we're to the tentacle boss. So the final boss has 2 phases. It starts out with the tentacle, and then you fall down into the final room where you have to deal with Mad Doctor and his like animatronic spider thing with a bunch of masks. And for some reason the masks control the spider. And yeah.
Would you like to enter?
So you skip this musical number, and then go straight to the tentacle boss. So we're gonna go ahead and send out 1 guardian here, and start thinning. This should stun him in the second phase.
Wait until the eye opens, Mickey.
But I honestly have no idea if getting the thinner guardians screwed up this strat or not. I've never tested it. Nope, it didn't. Alright, he's stunned. So now it's just free damage. You just do the thing.
And I just checked, and this is world record pace, I think.
Just pray the crash is also coming up. If I crash, then this kills the run probably. But knock on wood.
The floor's spinning.
Oswald, use your electricity to slow the spinning. Well done.
There we go. Alright, we didn't crash. Alright, so right here, since we stun locked him, this kind of messes up this final boss. And we have to continue game. And now we just aim for the masks and hope we get good RNG.
Come on, let's take out those masks.
The thinner is causing it to malfunction. Good show. Well done.
There we go. That's the fight.
It's malfunctioning.
I used that last thinner guardian and it killed a mask, so that was really fast. Time is when the last cutscene pops up.
Woohoo! I did it, and it released
So-
the Guardians too.
And now we fade out and then we come back in. So time.
That's it. That's okay.
World record. Sweet.
Looks like a 102.
A 102?
That's what it looks like.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
102.48.
102.48.
That was really good.
For a marathon, that was not too shabby. 104 flats my PB, yeah. 104 is flats my PB. So yeah, world record. Sick. I guess I'll highlight it on my end instead of if it's bad if we start timer 3 minutes into the run. But yeah, we're on our way to sub 1 hour. I'm thinking about giving this game a break because it's not really good on your mental whenever you when it's not good on your mental whenever you have to reset at the first split for 30 minutes straight, and Oswald ends up killing the run later on. So I'm thinking about giving this run a break for a while. So it's nice to go out with a good run. Yeah. So I guess this is where I do my outro. I'm Iddy. I stream almost every day. I speedrun and I play Osu. Over at twitch.tv/iddy, by the way. And my co-caster, he's a really nice dude. He mainly focuses on Epic Mickey 1 and the Wii version of this game. And he's currently world record holder in Epic Mickey 1. And it's twitch.tv/yandema211, right?
Yep.
Alright, that's Epic Mickey 2. That's the game. It's really fun. I hope this gives some exposure to the game. But yeah, it's a fun run. I think you guys should give it a shot. It's super dope.
If you want to get into running this game or the first game, we do have an Epic Mickey speedrunning Discord. You can either me or Iddy up for the link.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah, for sure. If you wanna join my Discord, go into my chat !Discord and then just DM me there if you want the speedrun Discord. That's probably the easiest way. Yeah. Super happy with that run. I might give it another shot later today, but to go out with almost a minute and 10-second PB is super cool. We didn't really get screwed over by Oswald at all. But yeah, thank you everyone from my community, Speedrun Rochester's community, and the Epic Mickey community in general for coming out and supporting me today. This was super fun to do, and I hope I can do more in the future. Thank you, Speedruns Rochester, for putting me on, and it was my pleasure to run this game, and yeah, thank you for having me. That's it. That's Epic Mickey 2.